Elon Musk, a 42-year-old Silicon Valley entrepreneur.
What happened to Elon Musk?
Elon Musk.
Elon Musk basically staked the entire viability of his company up.
You're Elon Musk. I am?
Elon Musk is by far one of the most popular entrepreneurs in 2020. He's probably really well known for his immense work ethic and productivity. In today's video, I thought it would be really beneficial and we can gain some really valuable insights into his quotes and his past interviews. I'll be going over my findings and how we can all benefit from living like Elon. Focus on signal over noise. Don't waste time on stuff that doesn't actually make things better. In today's busy world, it can be easy to get caught up in distractions that surrounds us. Many of us have goals or targets, but as time gets on, the clutter of everything else can cloud our judgment. We plod along without taking time to pause. So plan your time. Write in a journal or take 10 minutes to think about what is actually important. Use feedback loops. Elon Musk quotes, "I think it's very important to have a feedback loop where you're constantly thinking about what you've done and how you could be doing better." I think that is the single best piece of advice. Constantly think about how you could be doing things better and questioning yourself. Reason from first principles. Elon Musk reasons from first principles rather by analogy. This way you build your reasoning from the ground up. An example of this is when he tried to buy a rocket from Russia. He wasn't able to, so he had to use reason from first principles. He thought, what is a rocket made out of? Aerospace grade aluminium alloys, copper and carbon fibre. He then asked, what is the value of those materials on the commodity market? It turned out those materials of the rocket was 2% of the typical price. So instead of buying the rocket for millions of dollars, Musk decided to purchase the raw materials and build the rocket himself for his own company, and SpaceX was born. So let's say you have a problem. If we adopt the reason from first principles, the first step is to identify your current assumptions. Step 2, break it down into fundamental principles. Find out the most basic elements, the basic truths of the problem. In Musk's words, boil things down to the most fundamental truths and say, okay, are we sure about this? Is it true? And then reason from there on up. Step 3, create new solutions. If you can deconstruct the problem by following the first 2 steps, you are now ready to create your new solution from scratch. Use asynchronous communication. Elon Musk quotes, "I do love email. Wherever possible, I try to communicate asynchronously. I'm really good at email." Musk prefers to communicate on his own terms. That means defaulting to emails and texts. He also makes himself hard to reach for people outside his company by using an obscure email address. And what he's doing here is making everyone aware that his time is very valuable. When people acknowledge that they may have maybe 30 minutes or 20, they're more likely to get straight to the point, only highlighting the main issues. So ways to be more asynchronous is by turning off all notifications on your phone, computer and any type of gadgets. Decline meetings and don't agree to any unless there is a clear agenda. You should know what the expected outcome is if you have any meetings. In today's world, there are so many ways to communicate, which makes life even harder to stay focused when you're spread out across all these different devices. Most things aren't urgent. Knowing the difference between urgent and important communication is crucial. I can totally see why Elon Musk likes to communicate this way. If you've ever seen him in interviews, he takes his time to say what he wants. He's concise and he's slightly machine-like in his answers, which in my mind is very deliberate. He doesn't want to be misunderstood. So when you're writing things down in the email, it gives the reader and the writer time to process what has been said or written, and time to respond in a more refined manner. Sometimes if you react immediately, things can get missed. Avoid the trap of wishful thinking. Many people never see their goals of ever materializing. If it ever goes beyond the vague wish or an idea that something one day that you will achieve. It could be easy to fantasize about a dream, which in theory is a start, but there is a point where you need to put some action into play. If you dwell in the lukewarm of wishful thinking, you will always be stuck in the same place. Imagine you want to get into shape and all you do is think about it. You look at the best diets or fitness plans, searching for the magic bullet or perfect solution. When you continue to waver like this, you are constantly stuck in a cycle of indecision. Maybe I'll try this or not. Not saying yes or no when making a decision could play out to be much worse in the long run, which could be time best using taking true action towards your goals. Wishful thinking robs you of accomplishing your goals, which is where some people stay trapped. They stay trapped with their excuses and convince themselves and say, when I'm ready. You should take the approach that you're wrong. Your goal is to be less wrong. We all tend to have bias towards our own preconceptions, and Elon Musk encourages his employees to seek criticism and refers to it as gold. He says usually your friends know what's wrong, but they don't want to tell you because they don't want to hurt you. It doesn't mean your friends are right, but very often they are right. And what he is talking about here is basically practicing some form of humility, respecting people's opinions without indulging in self-pride. Oftentimes we are caught in our own reasoning, thinking that it is the best, when a lot can be learnt when listening to others. And yes, there will be times where the people close to you will actually have a valid point. If your goal is to be less wrong about everything, your present day self can look back at your past self and will be able to note where you have been wrong or made assumptions, because this would have meant that you have grown. You should be failing. If you're not failing, you're not innovating enough. This statement rings true, and Elon has been seen very publicly failing. A small one not too long ago where they recently unveiled the new Tesla truck when they were trying to demonstrate the glass that was unbreakable, and it actually broke twice. Another much larger one was with SpaceX. There were 3 launches that were failed, all in spectacular fashion. However, they eventually managed to establish a successful commercial run of launching the service. Musk believes failure is necessary on the path of success. And he goes on to say the speed at which you try to rectify those failures, those mistakes, also makes a big difference. Due to the recent interest within Tesla, Elon Musk has become one of the richest men in the world. And I'm a fan of what he's achieved and his whole work ethic, his approach to the way he tackles situations. So you most probably will be seeing a few more videos about Elon Musk. Well, if you found value in this video, I'd really appreciate it if you would smash the like button. And if you want to see more videos like this, please consider subscribing. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.